So let's start with understanding 5-digit numbers. You're welcome here. So we're going to be working on these basic steps. For example, we would be talking about how do we count and read numbers, and we will also discuss certain questions together. Then there are some exercises that you and I will try together. We will try to identify and write them in some kind of form. We would also include writing numbers in words, and our reward will be everything that we've learned by the end of the class. So we move on to talking about reading numbers. We're going to have it in 3 steps. We would look at certain numbers in their standard form. We would write them in expanded form under these headings: the 10,000, the thousands, the hundred, the tens, and ones. And we're doing that because we are working with 5-digit numbers. If we're working with 5-digit number, there will be 5 steps: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we're working with 6-digit number, there will be 6 steps. If we're working with 7-digit number, there will be 7 steps. If we're working with 8-digit number, there will be 8 steps. And finally, we would talk about those numbers in words. So these are the headings that we would be using, and I color coded each one of them to guide us through the class. The red would be for 10,000. 1,000 would be the orange color. Yellow would represent hundreds, and green for tens. Finally, blue would represent ones. So let's start with this number 54321. Now this 327, excuse me, is the standard form. Okay, this is what we call the standard form because this is what we would see when we look at textbook or questions. So we would arrange it in this way: one on top of each other, 54327, just like the number here, and each one will be in front of its own color code, and the 5 will be 10,000 and in place value. So the place value of 5 is 10,000 and it's 50,000, because when we say 10,000, that means we are adding 4 zeros. That's the meaning. When we say thousands, we are adding 3 zeros. And if we count how many zeros that is here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only for this line, we have 4 zeros there. And if we check the level of 1,000, the number of zeros that are there is 1, 2, and 3. That makes 4,000. This makes 50,000. And this one is hundreds. So how many zeros are there? 1, 2. 2 zeros make 100, and this is 300. Tens, just 1 0, 1, and ones, there is no zero at all. So the way we call it together, the way we pronounce it together, is that anything that is 1,000 are called together, and tens and ones are also called together. 100 is the only thing that are called independent of every other one. So if we start with the one of 5 and 4, which is 50,000 and 4,000, if we call the two of them together, that will be 54,000. I'll say that again: 50,000 and 4,000. That is 54,000. And if we go to the next one, is 300, and this is it, 300. And finally, we'll be having 20 and 7. We'll call these two together as well. So this is 27. We're going to try another example, and this one. So we are 31060, 31060, 31060. So we arrange it like we did for the previous one. 3 would come first, followed by 1, we put that, followed by 0, we put that, followed by 6, we put that, followed by 0, we put that as well. And after that, we're going to look at each level. The first one is in the 10,000 place, and that means we're going to add how many zeros again? That will be 4 zeros. So let's count together: 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is in the second level, the orange color, and this is 1,000 level. And how many zeros as well? Let's count: 1, 2, 3, just 3 zeros. Remember, the 10,000 is 4 zeros: 1, 2, 3, 4, and that of the 1,000 is 3 zeros: 1, 2, 3. And if you check this level, which is yellow, and that is supposed to be 100, I didn't put anything there because 0 is nothing. It's just a place value. However, it is equally important. We have to include it. We cannot remove it. Only that we're not going to write anything there. But when we get to 6, this is tens. And if you look at this very well, this is 6, and we had just 1 0 because tens would take only 1 0. Finally, if you look at the last level, which is blue in color, there is nothing there because it's also 0. It's nothing. We just have to put it there. So that's why I didn't put anything. Now, as usual, we call it together. We want to write it in words. 30,000 and 1,000, that is 31,000. I'll say that again. 30,000 and 1,000. The two of them together, that's 31,000. And what is left? 60, that is 60. So 31,060. That is the word for this one. We'll try another example. This one. 86161. So as usual, we start with 8, we put it here. We go to 6, we put it here. We go to 1, we put it here. We go to 6 again, we put it here. And finally, we go to 1, we put it here. So just like the way we arranged the previous one, is the same way we're going to arrange this one as well. And of course, the first number is in 10,000. So how many zeros do we have again? Yes, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 zeros. So the second state, 6,000. Again, how many zeros do we have? 3 zeros. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. And the third one, hundreds. How many zeros do we have? 1, 2, 2 zeros. And tens. How many zeros do we have? Just 1 zero. And finally, unit, which is in blue, how many zeros? Just 1. And remember, this is ones. We can also call it unit at times, but it's often called ones. So there is no zero there at all. So how do we call it together? Remember the rule. The first and the second one, we call it together. The second and the last one, the second to the last one, these two together, we call it together. This one in the middle, we don't. We keep it unitary. So how do we call it? 80,000 and 6,000. If we have them together, that will be 86. 80 and 6. And you see that 80 and 6, that is 86. So 86,000. Then this is 100. So I do 100. And this last one is 60 and 1. 60 and 1, that is 61. So call it together, 86,161. So we'll take it from here in the next video.